Welcome back to Grammar Central, where language lovers unite. Let's take a quick look at the solutions to last time's quiz before we move on to today's exciting topic. Identify and correct the errors in the following sentences. First one, the news of the natural disaster was devastating. Can you spot the error? Yes, the word news is incorrectly used. Second sentence is, she put on her trouser and headed out for a hike. The word trouser is incorrectly used. It should be trousers. Third sentence, both of my daughter-in-laws are excellent cooks. In this sentence, we are referring to more than one daughter-in-law. When forming the plural of hyphenated nouns, the general rule is to add s to the principal word. So the correct plural form will be daughters-in-law. Fourth one, oxes are known for their strength and endurance. For a variety of historical reasons, some words change in spelling substantially when made plural. So, when referring to multiple oxen, the correct word to use is indeed oxen and not ox. It's worth noting that ox can also be used as a collective noun referring to a group of oxen, but in formal and technical contexts, oxen is often preferred. Fifth one, the women in the room were discussing the latest news. NEWES. Here there are two errors, women and news. The plural form will be women and news, NEWS. The last one, the chefs, CHEFES, in the kitchen were busy preparing for the dinner service. The error here is chef, and the plural form will be chef, CHEFS. Were you successful in identifying and correcting the errors? You surely must have hit the nail on the head. Here is a story that sets the stage for our discussion today. Emily's family vacation. Emily was excited for her family's beach vacation. She packed her swimsuit, her mom's sunglasses, and her dad's favorite book. As they arrived at the beach, Emily's brother, Jack, ran to claim his spot on the sand. "This is my towel," he shouted, spreading out his colorful beach towel. Emily smiled and settled in beside him. "That's my mom's beach bag," she said, pointing to the bag filled with snacks and sunscreen. Their dad, meanwhile, was setting up his chair and umbrella. "This is my spot," he said, grinning at his family. As the day went on, Emily and her family enjoyed their time together. They played in the waves, built sand castles, and even shared their snacks. As the sun began to set, Emily's mom gathered everyone together. "Let's pack up our things," she said. "It's time to head home." Emily helped gather her belongings, including her mom's sunglasses and her dad's book. "Thanks for the best vacation ever!" she exclaimed, hugging her family tightly. Did you notice the words with apostrophe and S in the story? How about we write them all down? Families, moms, dads, Emily's, dads, moms, Emily's, let's, its, moms, dads. Can you see that I have categorized them into two lists, possession and contraction? What do you mean by possession and contraction? We have learned that a contraction is a special type of word in the English language. Two words are shortened to make one word, and a special punctuation mark called an apostrophe takes the place of the missing letter or letters. In addition to contracting words, apostrophes are used to indicate possession and demonstrating the link between the owner and their belonging. In today's lesson, we will explore the world of possessive nouns together. We will learn how to form possessive nouns use them in sentences, and avoid common mistakes. So, are you ready to join us on the possessive noun adventure? It's all about apostrophe, the secret to showing who owns what in the world of nouns. The apostrophe, a small symbol with a big impact. Let's discover how it helps us create possessive nouns. A possessive noun is the special form of a noun that's used to indicate ownership, possession. The possessive noun represents the owner, possessor of something, and usually comes right before another noun representing what they own. Possessive nouns don't always indicate literal ownership. Emily's mother doesn't suggest that Emily owns her mother. The possessive is just used to show their relationship, while the possessive is normally formed by adding an apostrophe and s. The s is omitted for some types of nouns. Possessive nouns are used in sentences to show ownership, relationship, or association between a person, place, or thing and something else. John's sister is a doctor. The sentence demonstrates a relationship between John and his sister. In this case, the apostrophe in John's indicates a familial relationship between John and his sister. The word sister describes the relationship between the two individuals. Here's a breakdown. John is the person. Apostrophe plus s indicates possession or relationship. Sister describes the familial relationship between John and the person. So, the sentence as a whole shows that the doctor is John's sibling, establishing a familial relationship. The sentence, "The university's library is open late," demonstrates association, not ownership, despite the presence of the apostrophe. In this case, the apostrophe indicates that the library is associated with or connected to the university rather than being owned by it. This type of association is often referred to as attributive possession or descriptive possession, where the relationship between the two nouns is one of the description or association rather than strict ownership. Here's a breakdown. University is the main entity. Apostrophe plus s indicates association or connection. Library is the entity associated with or connected to the university. So, the sentence as a whole shows that the library is a part of or associated with the university. The cat's toy is red demonstrates ownership. In this case, the apostrophe in cats indicates that the toy belongs to the cat. The word cats is a possessive noun, showing that the cat has or possesses something, the toy. Here's a breakdown. Cat is the owner. Apostrophe plus s indicates possession or ownership. Toy is the thing being owned. So the sentence as a whole shows that the toy is the property of the cat, establishing a clear ownership relationship. In each case, the possessive noun cats, Johns, universities indicates a connection between the noun and the thing that follows. Let's examine some further examples to deepen our comprehension. These examples illustrate how possessive nouns are used to show ownership or possession in sentences. The cat's toy is under the bed. In this sentence, the word cats is a possessive noun, showing that the toy belongs to the cat. Cat is the noun being modified. Next, the teacher's desk is messy. Here, the word teachers modify the noun desk, indicating that the desk belongs to the teacher. The students' grades are improving. Here, the word students modify the noun grades, indicating that the grades belong to multiple students. The dog's leashes are tangled. The leashes belong to multiple dogs. The children's playground is fun. The playground belongs to multiple children. The men's department is on the second floor. The department belongs to men. Here is the first rule for possessive nouns. Let's break it down. Singular possessive nouns. To form the possessive of a singular noun, add an apostrophe followed by the letter S. For instance, the cat's whiskers are long. In this sentence, the word cat is a possessive noun. Cat is the noun, the animal. The apostrophe and the letter S are added to cat to form cats, which is the possessive form of the noun. The possessive noun cats shows that the whiskers belong to the cat. In this sentence, the possessive noun cats is used to show ownership or possession. The whiskers belong to the cat. Describe the relationship between the cat and its whiskers. By using the possessive noun cats, we can clearly and concisely convey that the whiskers are a part of or belong to the cat. Let's check out the second example. The artist's painting is beautiful. In this case, artist is a singular noun, and adding apostrophe and s makes it a possessive noun artists, indicating that the painting belongs to the artist. Now, let's explore the second rule for forming possessive nouns. Irregular plural possessive nouns. For irregular plural nouns, add only an apostrophe to form the possessive. This rule applies to plural nouns that do not follow the usual pattern of adding s or es to form the plural. To illustrate this point, consider the following. The cacti's spines are sharp. In this sentence, the word cacti is a possessive noun. Cacti is the irregular plural noun referring to multiple cactuses. The apostrophe is added to cacti to form cacti, which is the possessive form of the noun. The possessive noun cacti shows that the spines belong to the cacti. By using the possessive noun cacti, we can clearly convey that the spines are a part of or belong to the cacti. Let's see the second example. Children's clothes are expensive. In this sentence, the word children's is a possessive noun. By using the possessive noun children's, we can clearly convey that the clothes are designed for or owned by children. Moving on to rule number 3, possessive form of abbreviations. To form the possessive of an abbreviation, you typically add an apostrophe followed by an S. Example, the NASA spacecraft is orbiting Mars. NASA is an abbreviation, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. The apostrophe and S are added to NASA to form NASA's, which is the possessive form of the abbreviation. The possessive noun NASA's shows that the spacecraft belongs to or is operated by NASA. Let's see the next example. The USA's economy is diverse and strong. By using the possessive noun USA's, we can clearly convey that the economy is that of the United States of America. Rule number 4. To form the possessive of compound noun made of multiple words, whether hyphenated or written with spaces, add an apostrophe followed by an S. For example, the mother-in-law's gift was thoughtful. By using the possessive compound noun mother-in-laws, we can clearly convey that the gift is associated with or comes from mother-in-law. The full moon's light is bright. The possessive compound noun full moons shows that the light belongs to or emanates from the full moon. Ensure that you add the apostrophe and s to the end of the compound words or the latter word in the hyphenated words to form possessive nouns. Proceeding to rule number 5, possession for multiple nouns. In a series of two or more nouns joined by conjunctions, the possessive form can be expressed in two ways. By adding the possessive form to each noun, example John's and Mary's cars, and in some cases by adding it only to the last noun, example John and Mary's car. Let's examine it in more detail. Both nouns are possessive when the different entities possess something separately. For instance, John's and Mary's phones are different models. By using the possessive form for both nouns, the sentence clearly indicates that each person has their own phone. When multiple entities share something collectively, only the last noun in the series takes the possessive form. Example, Hansel and Gretel's parents kept looking for them for 3 days and still did not find them. This implies that Hansel and Gretel have the same parents and the parents are searching for both of them together. Next, rule number 6. Most plural nouns end in S. So the rule for forming the possessive versions is to just add an apostrophe. Example, the manager's meeting is scheduled for tomorrow. In this case, the word managers is a plural noun, more than one manager, and adding only an apostrophe makes it a possessive noun, managers, indicating that the meeting belongs to or is associated with the managers. The next example is the musicians' instruments were tuned. The plural possessive noun musicians show that the instruments belong to or are associated with multiple musicians. Confusion often arises with plural possessive forms as they are pronounced the same as singular possessive forms, yet their written forms differ. Example, the teacher's book is on the desk. Teacher is a singular noun. The apostrophe and s are added to teacher to form teachers, which is the singular form of the noun. The singular possessive noun teachers shows that the book belongs to or is associated with one teacher. The teacher's books are on the shelf. Teachers is a plural noun. The apostrophe is added to teachers to form teachers, which is the plural possessive form of the noun. The plural possessive noun teachers shows that the books belong to or are associated with multiple teachers. Rule number 7. For singular names ending in S, you can add only an apostrophe to form the possessive. Let's see some examples. Charles' car is red. Hercules' strength is legendary. Jesus' teachings are still revered. There's some disagreement about how to form the possessive of singular names ending in S. Some style guides, like the Chicago Manual of Style, recommend the standard rule of adding an apostrophe and s for singular nouns ending in s. Others argue that the possessive should be formed differently, depending on whether the added s sounds natural when pronounced aloud. However, there are some exceptions. Ancient names. For ancient names ending in S like Jesus or Achilles, the possessive form is usually Jesus or Achilles. Poetic or literary contexts. In poetic or literary contexts, the possessive form may vary depending on the author's style or preference. In summary, for singular nouns ending in S, you can either add only an apostrophe or an apostrophe and S to form the possessive, depending on the style guide or context. We will explore more possessive noun secrets in our next video. Don't miss it. Before you head out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.